everyone, welcome to Geo-Technocrats once again. In our today's tutorial, we will discuss about interpolation. Now, what is interpolation? Interpolation is a geostatistical tool which is used to predict the value of an unsampled area. In remote sensing, usually you use two different types of interpolation method, kriging and IDW. So in today's tutorial, we will discuss about IDW interpolation, that how you can perform IDW interpolation on ArcGIS. Interpolation, or sometimes we also call it as a spatial interpolation. So interpolation is the process of estimating unknown values or prediction of unsampled areas that fall between known values. And one of the very common interpolation method used in the field of GIS is IDW, that is inverse distance weighting type of interpolation. It is a type of deterministic method for multivariate interpolation with a known scattered set of points. So here in this kind of interpolation method, we assign the values to the unknown points, and they are calculated with a weighted average of the values available at the known points. So now let us see that how we do. For example, I am working for some air quality project where I have collected the values of PM10 from around 191 sampling locations, so all over the India. So here are around 191 sampling locations, different monitoring stations throughout India, and associated PM10 value, and also latitude and longitude values associated with each sampling station. So now this is my raw data, the ground truth data which I have collected. Now I have to export this Excel file to my ArcGIS. Now how to export an Excel file or how to link an Excel file on ArcGIS, I have already told you in my previous tutorial. So the link to that tutorial is given in the description of this video. Now once you link your sample data and your associated sampling locations to your ArcGIS, so here is my sampling locations. I have linked my Excel file to ArcGIS, and if you cross check the attribute table of this particular vector file or the shape file, you can see the longitude, latitude and the associated information with each sampling location along with the PM10 values. Now I want to prepare an interpolation map for PM10. So how will I do that? As I have already told you, that the purpose of developing an interpolation map is to know the value of that specific parameter at an unsampled area. Like you have the PM10 value of this location, you have the PM10 value of this location, but what's the value here? What is the value of PM10 here, or what is the value of PM10 here? For all those locations from where you have not collected the sample and you haven't analyzed the value, so in order to predict the value of those locations, we go for interpolation. Now how we have to do that? You just go to your Arc toolbox. In Arc toolbox, under your spatial analysis tool, you'll find interpolation. Click on interpolation. So here is your tool, IDW. Just double click on IDW. Okay, as I have already told you that here we are covering the entire India. So this is the India shape file, boundary file. So input the point feature. So here in this particular input, you have to input this shape file, your GPS coordinates of the sample points which you have which you just exported from the Excel sheet. So you just select this particular file as your input file Then Z value field. Now Z value is the field for which you have to prepare the interpolation map. So here we want to prepare it for PM10 value. So PM10 will be your Z value. Then output raster, so you can just browse the location here where you want to save your output raster, and you can give the name of your choice for your output raster. Keeping everything as default, just click on environments here. Under environment, the third option is your processing extent. You have to click on processing extent. And here in extent, you have to select, means the extent of your processing will be the boundary for which you want the interpolation to be done. So here I want it for the entire India. So I will select this boundary here as an extent. So here you can see India soil 15420, which is the name of my boundary file. So I'll just select this, OK and OK. So it's processing. So here is your interpolated map, which is in the form of classes. Now the next step is you have to extract your area of interest from this respective boundary. Like this is the complete interpolation map and I want it within India. So in that case, we will be using extract by mask, which I have already told you. You have to create a subset. Input raster will be this IDW map, which is just generated. Then feature, like you want to mask it through using the boundary file, right? So here your feature mask data will be your boundary file. And then you'll browse and you'll select the location and the path where you want to save the output file and OK. Okay, so you can change the symbology. So here is your actually interpolated map. For example, I want to change the symbology of my map like this. Okay, so this is your interpolated map where you can see the high PM10 values, the areas which are having high PM10 values around 221. They are like these are the areas which are high PM10 values, where on the other hand the low values are indicated by like blue shade is there for the lower values. So if you zoom in, you can see the PM10 of this specific pixel is 94, whereas the PM10 value for this specific pixel is 62. For this specific pixel it is 142. So here you got the entire PM10 map and interpolated map for a complete India. Also you can check the values of all those areas which were unsampled from where you haven't collected the samples. So this is known as interpolation, and this is how you perform IDW interpolation on ArcGIS. Thank you.